anyhow, when we look ahead and we look in the mirror, it's one of the things that make us the most uncomfortable. One of the reasons that Kim always gets on me for making faces when we take pictures and all that, because I don't ever feel like, I take a good picture, so I think, well, if I make a goofy face, then it will get away from the way I look in the picture. So that's one reason that I do it. But a lot of times we don't like looking at ourselves, but we are the one responsible for making that exercise or diet plan work. What happens when you walk up to a door? The door's closed. If you walk up to it, how can you tell if it's unlocked or if it's, you can just, how can you tell if it's unlocked or if it's latched? How can you tell?
You have to turn it.
Turn it on. Yeah. Or you push on it. So you walk up to a door, and if you're trying to unlock that door, if you just stand there and look at the door and go, wow, I wonder if that's unlocked. I wonder if that's locked. How long will it take you to get through the door if you never touch it?
A long time.
Will you ever get through the door?
No.
No. You won't ever get through the door. So you have to walk up to the door, and you have to actually try the door. Because, it's up to you. You're the one standing in front of it. Sure, you can come, somebody can come zooming past you and go through the door, and then the door shuts. Well, now you're in the same position. Well, did that door lock back? Is it unlatched? I didn't see if they unlocked it. I didn't see if they turned the knob. So we're back in the same position. So it's the same thing with any exercise or diet plan. Yes, this person it worked for, and they made all kinds of progress. They zoomed through the door, but how do I know if it's going to work for me? Just because it worked for them doesn't mean that it's going to work for me because I haven't tried it. If I'm looking at it, oh, that won't work for me. No, I can't do that. No, that won't. I can't do that. Well, just by saying that, you're just standing in front of the door. You're never pushing on the door. You're never turning the knob. You're never trying to see what's on the other side of the door. The same thing is true with us. If like I've mentioned the last couple of weeks, when it comes to diet, it's all about lifestyle. When it comes to exercise, it's all about consistency. But we have to try all those different things to see how they affect us and what they do. I'm sure out of everybody in here, if I asked what eating plan you were on, everybody would be on a little bit different eating plan. Because that's what's worked for you. Some are on less Dr. Pepper, some are on no Dr. Pepper, some are on no soft drinks, some are on high wine content. Some are, I'm going to have to eat to cycle a certain distance. I'm going to have to eat enough to get through my next class. So we're all on different things, so we all have different activities, we all have different lifestyles, so you are unique. So you have to try those different things and experiment with those different things to see what actually is going to work for you. Yes, you can read, you can research, you can make those educated decisions, but you still have to take responsibility for that. So many times we want to, well, this I can't work out because of so and so. I can't tell you how many people have come into the gym and said, "Oh, you just don't have what I need." What do you need? I see a lot of people get a lot of results with the equipment we have. Well, they're looking for that new step that they sit and do that. We don't have that, so they're out. This meal plan didn't work for me because of so-and-so. Or this meal plan didn't work out for me because I work at a job that we go out to lunch every day. So we're passing on the blame, whether it's exercise or diet, to something else. An outside force is affecting us. Well, aren't you responsible for allowing that outside force to affect you? Yeah. It's like anything. Somebody makes us mad. Did they make us mad? No. Our response, we chose that response to their actions. Did they make us happy? Not necessarily. That was our response to their actions. Something they did could make me happy, but the very next person it could make them mad. Just like an election, when we vote in a president, we have a group that's really happy, a group that really doesn't care, and a group that's really, really mad. But that's all, the action is the same, but the response is different. And the response is up to us, how we choose to respond to that action, that situation. So I could very easily say, you know, I'm injured, I can't do anything. Well, I'm trying to blame it on something else, but I can choose to alter my exercise. I really need to, you know, I still want to try to drop a few pounds as I'm going into training, so now I need to really watch my food intake because I'm going to be cutting back on the running that I've been doing, but I'm still going to cycle more, but I have to change some things. So that, how I respond to that is up to me. I could say, woe is me, that's awful, or say, you know what, just like I said in the beginning, it's more of a challenge than a success or failure. How am I going to make this successful? It's the same thing for each of us when we look at a situation. How are you going to make that situation successful? How are you going to make that benefit your goals? Because we all have different goals, but we have to decide how we're going to make that work for our particular goals. Because we all want to lose weight, some people want to gain muscle, some want to just cut back on certain foods. So we all have these different goals. So we have to look at ourselves for the answer. It's up to us to say, you know what, I'll pick on keto. Keto's, you know, it came out, I saw a commercial on TV and my friend Joe's doing it, so I'm going to do it. Well, did you really go into research and say, yeah, I'm doing it for this reason? It really has these benefits. Or I'm going to do intermittent fasting. I really researched it and has all these physiological benefits, and I really think those are some of the issues I'm having. And so I really think that's going to benefit me, and that's going to reduce some of those symptoms that I have. It's going to lower my cholesterol, it's going to lower blood pressure, it's going to lower triglycerides, and those are some of the things that I have. And from the research I've done, I think that's really going to benefit me. Whereas somebody that weighs $105 may not necessarily need intermittent fasting. They may need to bulk up a little bit. So they might not have the same issues that I have. So I can't jump from here to here to here. Same thing with our exercise plan. We see some people come in 5 days a week, and then we see that have results. We see some people that come in 2 or 3 times a week, and they have the same results. Well, they're looking at, well, why do they get to only come in 2 or 3 times and are, you know, do so amazing and look so great, and I'm over here going 5-6 days a week, and I'm on my strict diet, and they're coming in 2 days a week and eating Twinkies and going out to eat all the time. I mean, that's not fair. No, it's not fair. It's crappy. But it's still up to me to say, well, you know what? I wasn't born with that body type. I wasn't born with that metabolism. I will never be 5% body fat. You know, that's just something I've come to know about myself. But does it mean that I stopped trying? No. I'd have to take responsibility for that. I could say, well, my parents allowed me to have a refrigerator in my bedroom when I was a teenager, and I had Cokes, and I had Ho-Hos, and candy in there, and it's their fault that, you know, they gave us bags of chips at night, a bowl of ice cream with syrup all over it. It's their fault I'm fat. You know, it's their fault. No. What, should I have done better? You know, as a child, did I really know all that? Probably not. But now I have a choice. So I can't blame my past on them. You know, we all know that as a child, once you get those fat cells, even as an adult, once you get fat cells, unfortunately they never go away. You always have fat cells. Once you get them, they never go away. They grow and they shrink. Grow and they shrink. The only way to get rid of them is to suck them out. Don't. But, so, I will always have a tendency to gain weight easily. That's my life. That's what I was given. That's what happened as a result of being younger, not being active as I should, and eating all the junk that I did. So now I have to pay for that. But I'm taking ownership for that now to make changes because I'm responsible for it now. I'm responsible for that. It's up to me. Just as it's up to you to decide the direction you want to go. We can't point fingers. You know, you may have somebody you work out with. You may have a spouse, a loved one that doesn't have to do much and they just look great. Well, they're blessed. Some of us aren't that blessed. We have to work hard every day. You know, just for a pound lost or a pound gained or, you know, just to get another notch, you know, out of the belt or whatever it is, we aren't all equal. We all want to be thought of as equal, but we're not. And our exercise and diet plans are just as unique to us as we are. Because our metabolisms are different, we're all different ages. None of us have the exact same makeup unless you have a twin. And that's still going to be a little different. So none of us are exactly the same. But yet, we think we should get the exact same results as the next person. But it's not the case. Just like we talked about, consistency in lifestyle is what matters, because that is you. And you have the potential. We all have potential. You have the potential to unlock any exercise and diet program. I have a lot of experience. I have a lot of suggestions that I can say, in my experience, this overall has worked best for the majority. But sometimes you're not in the majority. Sometimes you're the minority. And being the minority and being a little different is okay. And sometimes we go, well, everybody's doing this, but I'm doing this. Well, are you having success with that? If you're having success with your little thing, then you do that. If somebody is going to yoga twice a week and, on a vegetarian diet and, they look fabulous and look great, well, that's good for them, but that doesn't work for me. So I'm going to applaud them and say, great job, but, I got to eat some meat, I got to ride a bike, I got to run, I got to walk, I got to lift some weights, I probably will never be into yoga. So we all have to find that thing that works for us, because we are the ones that can turn the knob. We're the one that can push open the door and try and see. And I encourage you, like we talked about before, you don't want to hop from thing to thing to thing, but do some research so your learning curve is less. So in other words, you've done your research, you go, based on studies and based on things I've read, I think this is going to be the best fit for me. Because my brother, for instance, we grew up in the same household. He's 9 years older than I am. He is super good at construction, remodeling. We didn't grow up in a house. My dad wasn't a big fix-it, and Kim can tell you, I cannot fix anything. Nothing. If something breaks, I tell her, hey, can you go look at that? I am not handy whatsoever. But my brother is super handy. He can remodel. He can do amazing things. So, did my dad teach him something he didn't teach me? No. My brother just chose, as he got older, to learn those things. So now he is different than I am. We grew up in the same household growing up, but we learned different things. Does he necessarily know what I do? Not necessarily. I have more education, more experience with exercise and diet than he does. So he may be great at construction, but I'm good at this. But we grew up in the same household. It's just the same as each one of us. We have the potential to do absolutely anything, especially in this day and age. If you can't say, oh, I don't know how to do that, Google it, YouTube it. I mean, you can read about it. You can absolutely learn anything.
Unless it's handy skills.
Huh?
Unless it's handyman skills.
Yes. I think I could learn handyman skills if I really worked at it. And had a rubber...
Because we Googled it and YouTube it.
Well, I need a rubber room because I throw things when I get mad. I know it's hard to believe, but when I get mad...
Hard to believe. I'm just assuming not Google.
Me too. Like, just leave it alone. I'll call somebody.
Well,
It'll cost less to have it fixed.
Please, yeah.
First,
Yeah.
than it does that.
you can say, I Google it, say, Kim, you think you can do that? But for the most part, anything we want to learn to do, we can learn. If we want to learn it bad enough, we can learn. So we can become, an expert on nutrition. If you learn all the different, Renee, did you know before you had your shot, did you know all that you know now? So you just learned, right? So now if you go in and ask Renee, hey, I have this issue, what would you recommend of your supplements? She's going to point you in the right direction. A year and a half ago, I don't know. So she has progressed based on what she wanted to learn. So now she's more of an expert than she was a year and a half ago. And that's the same way with each one of us on, I know a lot about different meal plans because I've tried them all. tried, and I've looked at a lot, and researched a lot. I've had a lot of clients that have tried the different ones, different types of people. Well, it works good with this type of person, but not good with this type of person. So I have a lot of experience with that. And it's the same way with yourself. You can look at other people. Well, that worked for them. That worked for them. I'm going to try this because, you know, just like I've said, you research it, and now you become an expert on. You take ownership for your health and wellness journey. It's up to you. You have to take ownership. Nobody else is going to look out for you quite like you're going to look out for yourself. That doesn't mean, you know, that's all you look out for yourself. But you have to take ownership. So many times I hear people on the blame game. Clients that come to me, they want to make radical changes. You come 2 days a week for 30 minutes. I can't do a lot. You know? I mean, I'm not a miracle worker. 30 minutes in here is the I know it's 30 minutes in here twice a week being physically active is not enough to make a difference. If you don't do your part. If you don't eat the things you should. Cut back on the foods you shouldn't. So, you know, a lot of times, say my job is 50% trainer, 50% therapist. The physical training is just a small part of it. I have to get in your mind and tell you and encourage you and give you tools and things that you can do outside of the gym that will carry you to success. Because literally the 30 minutes in here, if we walked around and never said a word with my clients and we only lifted weights, they wouldn't be successful. They wouldn't. Because it's outside of here that makes the biggest difference. The things you do, the habits you have, having less wine, having more wine, not getting any exercise in any other day of the week, eating a big fatty steak. All these different things have an impact outside of here. This is absolutely, people say, oh, I hate to exercise, it's so hard. No, this is the easiest thing you'll ever do. It stinks while you're here, but the outside, when family members are putting pressure on you, friends are putting pressure on you, coworkers are putting pressure on you, that's the hard part. To say, no, I can't, because now you're the, oh, that's the fitness nut, you know, oh, they don't like to do that, they're no fun, they don't like to go drink, they don't like to, oh, don't take cake around her, you know. I mean, my birthday was a couple days ago, I had a big old fat piece of chocolate, German chocolate cake, and I might have had another one last night, but, and half a cupcake, but those, I mean, that's part of life. That's the way it is. But you take ownership. Be responsible for you. Say, no, I don't want that because that doesn't fit in my lifestyle. No, I have to take 30 minutes, I have to take 45 minutes for me today to go exercise because it makes me a better person. It makes me a better mom, makes me a better dad, makes me a better sister, a spouse, wife, husband. It just makes me better. It's not being selfish. It's you being better for you. Because when you're better for you, you're better for everybody else around you. So the key is simple. It's you. So that's it. It's just you. You are the one. And as I posted today, you know, I have a key, and I've had that key for a long time. It's me. And I wanted to give that to you, and you have it because it's you. And everybody in the gym, in this community, have that key. They just choose not to utilize it. They just choose to stand at the door and wait, maybe for somebody to open it. But then it closes and they're back in the same spot. They keep waiting. But they have the key. They just have to use it to unlock the potential.